Alright, so I think I found like one of the worst like channel like rebrands like I've personally ever seen. It's like it's kind of on the same level as CN Real when Cartoon Network went like live action, which I think is basically from the same era as well. But this is from it is a Cartoon Network thing, but it's in a different country, and it happened like a year or two before CN Real happened. So what I'm talking about here is Toonami from the UK, which in the UK they've actually had their own like Toonami channel, which I think would fit well. I don't know why they've never done that over here in the States, but the UK had their own Toonami channel, and its rebrand is probably the worst one I've seen yet. So a few like backstory before I get into how the rebrand happened. And I will edit in some clips from different idents from it. So actually, before it was called Toonami, it actually launched back in 2002 when CNX launched in the UK on Sky Digital and NTL Home. CNX was a Cartoon Network derivative. Like, I think it was the first. I'm not sure, but I think it was the first like separate Cartoon Network like channel. Like how over here we have Boomerang and yeah, that's pretty much it. Over here we have Boomerang, and I guess Discovery Family now. They air Cartoon Network stuff there, but in the UK they had first had CNX, which was aimed at an older like teen and adult audience. So it launched on the 24th of September 2002 on, of course, Sky Digital and NTL Home. And to promote the network, I think they held a contest where they tried to break a world record for the longest continuous TV watching. Three contestants actually won that contest to promote CNX, and it got into the 2002 Guinness World Records, and they won £5,000 in cash and like £2,000 in audiovisual equipment, which of course I think they probably sold that shit. I don't know what use they would have had for audiovisual equipment, unless it was like a TV and like a surround sound system, which I guess that's probably what happened there. Now I couldn't find much at all on CNX. I found one logo which I think might be fan made but might not be. And I'll play it in the beginning of the video, but it's like a cube. Like it's literally like a cube, and it like morphs into the CNX logo. So they've actually also launched it later on the 15th of January 2003 on Telewest to their digital cable service. And later on in 2003, that's when they started airing Toonami on CNX. It aired on the daytime hours, and on the 9th of July 2003, they announced that CNX would close, and then it would rebrand as the Toonami channel in September of 2003. And they said that the reason they did it is because the adult market was crowded and competitive, meaning there's just a lot of stuff there. Also in April of 2003, they've actually considered launching CNX in the US, but the guy, Mark Lazarus, said it was not imminent and it never materialized. On September 1st, it was officially revealed that it would rebrand on Toonami on September 8th, 2003. And that day, that CNX would be closed at 1 a.m. And then all the cable, like people, they moved it to the kids section. And at 6 a.m. is when the Toonami channel launched. CNX didn't even function like normal Cartoon Network. They had it as like a kind of like a general like entertainment network. I think similar to like I want to say like FX or like Spike, which is now called the Paramount Network. It was similar to that, except it had like martial arts movies and Adult Swim shows and a few like dramas from over here.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Oh boy. C is for comedy. And it's for Japanese animation. X is for extreme! Oh boy! We're talking pumpkin head off stuff! Oh boy! Look, it's 8 p.m. and I'm in C-Lab 2021! No, I'm in Aqua Teen! Woo! I'm in Home Movies, Harvey Birdman, Ripping Friend, let's go coast to coast! Ah! Everything's moving too fast! I'm gonna throw up! Phew. It was all a dream. I'm safe back here in my room. Oh no, it's not a dream! It's an extreme explosion! I'll get you, CNX, if it's the last thing I do!
The Comedy Hour, every night at 8 on CNX.
Now on September 8th, as I mentioned before, in 2003, that is when Toonami launched the Toonami channel.
Warning. Warning. Warning to all Sky and TeleWest broadband viewers. On the 8th of September, Toonami will be moving channels. On Sky to the kids section and on TeleWest broadband to channel 732. Remember to mark it as a favorite and don't miss any of the action. Also, from the 8th of September, Toonami will be broadcast 24 hours a day on all platforms, so you'll be able to catch all your favorite shows all the time. Stay tuned for further updates.
A Chad Tom. They called him Tom, who was Tom 2. And then that time, America already had Tom 3. And it wasn't voiced by the normal Tom voice actor, Stephen Blum. Instead, it was given a new voice actor, someone called Christian Stevenson. Stevenson actually was a host on CNX show Trailer Park along with Ed Lee. So previously, when Toonami was still a block, it used Tom 1, which was way back in Toonami. I think that was like after Moltar, but before Stephen Blum. So in 2005, it was added to the on-demand like kids package. And on 2006, yeah, I'm not gonna go over like what they aired. You know what they aired. They aired mostly like, anime like Pokemon, Dragon Ball, and TV shows like like Justice League and Code Lyoko. Now then, on to the rebrand. That's basically just a brief backstory, mostly because there's really not much available online. There's like one commercial like break I could find, which is actually playing like right there. That's like a commercial break from Toonami on the UK right there. That's the only thing I could really find that's like strictly about like Toonami in the UK. But what there is stuff about is the Rebrand. In 2006, the Rebrand was, instead of like the normal like black and like red, black, red, and white, like you know how Toonami looked. In 2006, they rebranded to like a blue like logo, and they had a bunch of fucking like blob creatures, which I try to find one, but I can only find this one right here, which I will play for you now.
Take a look at your new Toonami. We're not like we used to be, we're different, in a good way. We've got a great new look and a brand new channel number. Look, there it is. And loads of wicked new shows, so let's check them out. There's comedy with Parker Lewis Can't Lose. Coolness. And if you think that's cool, you'll love Life with Derek. Looks pretty good to me. Easy, Tiger. And then there's Stencil. That's me on the bike.
How does he do that stuff?
It's a gift. You should see my breakdancing. Then there's Backyard Science, real experiments you can try at home. Catch all this and more from Monday on your all-new Toonami. Bring it on!
And yes, that is literally what they replaced, like, you know, the normal Toonami and the normal Tom with. So we can actually go over it right here. And let's switch over to this. You can go over it right here. This is a Toonami on the UK in 2006, 2007. Can go over here. As you can see from this, you've got this blob creature here. It's like a pink, like, blob. And it's just on this, like, blue, like, background. Not like the normal, how Toonami normally is, where it's on the spaceship. And it's got this creature here fixing up the logo. That's about what I can find about it. Like, there's really not much about it here. Like, I can look right here, and there's really not much at all. Now, what happened to Toonami UK is when they did rebrand, they started airing live action, like legit, like what CN Real did. They just started airing live action shows, which if I find some footage about it, I'll show right here.
Yo!
Alright dudes, surf's up. Well, nearly anyhow. Blue Water High is on later, but before all that wet stuff, it's time for some high school action of a different kind. And there's only one lesson in today's class, how to annoy your sister. Life with Derek is on next.
But you know, they just started airing a bunch of live action shows, like, you know, like kids, like live action. Like, one was called Life of Derek. And yeah, they really just killed the network. After that, in 2007, after the relaunch, so less than a year after the rebrand, they shut down Toonami UK. And instead, they moved on to Cartoon Network 2, spelled TOO, instead of, you know, normal 2. On 2006, they launched Cartoon Network 2, but then in 2007, they took over the Toonami channel.
What do you get when you take all the best stuff from Toonami and mix it in with the best stuff from Cartoon Network? You get the all-new, bigger and better Cartoon Network 2. All your Toonami favorites in the same place, but with some cool new neighbors and a shiny new name.
Hey now, don't look at this. This isn't for children to see.
Remember, my mom's watching.
You don't even need to change the channel. Toonami is now the bigger, better Cartoon Network 2.
So Cartoon Network 2 was basically literally just Cartoon Network 2. All it aired was shit that was already airing on Cartoon Network already. So there really wasn't a point to this, but it lasted longer than Toonami UK did. And it ended in 2014, so 11 years ago. It lasted about 8 years almost before shutting down. So, that's pretty much it. I could not find much information about it, but that one bumper. Toonami was, all anime and stuff, but moving to live action and going, I think they might have actually gone away from anime just to air live action. So that's pretty much it. And I thank you for watching. If I do find more bumpers, I'll put it in at the end right here. But I legit could not find much about it. So yeah, that's pretty much it.